Hi guys, and welcome to our latest YouTube video. I've got a cool bit of content today for you, just talking through how the aquaponics as a process works. And I thought it would be a great opportunity just to show you how it works in this cool product that we've just got completed here. Okay, so I'll pause the video there and we'll get in a little bit closer to have a look. So starting with the inputs into the system. The very obvious one is sunlight, and the other obvious one is the fish food. Other than that, you'll top it up with water usually every week or so. I give it a little top up, but really it's just these two things. Now the sunlight you can have by being near a window, or we're using some grow lights here as well. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fish food. And this is where it's important to have a fish food that's probably a slightly higher quality than what you can get cheaply off the shelf. And the reason for that is that because it's the only way that the plants are going to get their nutrients. Normally the nutrients will be in the soil, there'll be the mineralization of rocks and what have you, and the decomposing matter of other plants within the soil. We don't have any of that in aquaponics. It also means it's really cool because it doesn't have any of the fungi that grow in the soil that can damage the plants, any of the pests that can eat them, any of that sort of stuff. So that's a real bonus to it. But it does mean that you have to be a little bit careful about the food that you choose. So this one is great because, as well as keeping the fish really healthy, it also includes lots of nutrients that the plants need. So the big kind of nutrient groups that the phosphorus and the potassium, but also then some of the smaller micronutrients as well. So let's just have a look and let's see where this works. So I think you can see Goldie in there, and there's a couple of other fish in there too. Now what happens is when you feed the fish, they metabolize, and when they metabolize, most of the kind of waste that they excrete actually isn't through their bowels, it's through their gills. And the nutrient that we're really interested in that is excreting through their gills is ammonia. Now the ammonia is really damaging to them at high levels. Okay, so the ammonia gets excreted into the water and it naturally dissolvable into the water. Okay, so there's phase one. Feed the fish, and then the fish metabolize, they grow, they produce waste, and the waste that comes out and we're interested in mainly is ammonia. So for this next one, I'm just behind the camera a little bit because I wanted to show you the next stage of it. So we've got the fish just there, and if we can zoom in a little bit, we could maybe just have a quick look and we can see the pump there. And the pump will take the water. I'm experimenting with it at different depths at the minute. I'm pretty sure it just needs to be down on the bottom there, but I'm experimenting with different depths. So the pump is just a simple pump. Will pump through the water every half hour or so. It should recycle the whole of the water in there, and that keeps the water nice and clean and healthy for the fish. I think you can maybe see our other fish just down there. We go, all three. We've got a couple of loaches in there and a goldfish. So the water, and if you excuse me, I'm just going to move the camera slightly, will then get pumped up, and there's a kind of a little grid on the pump system there. And that takes out a few of the bigger pieces of waste, but most of it then you can see just enters here into our filtration system, and that will filter through the larger pieces of waste. So you don't really want too many large pieces swimming around down the bottom where the fish are. So that will take those out for you. Now this next part, that first bit is filtering out kind of the how do you call it, the solid waste, this waste really that you can see, and the filtration pads will take that out as well. But this is the biofilter. This is the main kind of engine, I guess, of it, and it's filled with these small things here. These are called a hydrogen. Now these are tiny little clay balls, and what's really cool about them is they are completely inert. So it means that they they won't affect the pH, they won't affect any sort of chemical levels in the system at all. And what they have inside them is lots and lots and lots of tiny little air pockets. Now in these air pockets are a couple of bacteria. And if we go back to, remember, the fish are excreting ammonia, and the ammonia is really harmful to the fish. So what this does is it takes it takes the ammonia and converts it first of all into nitrite, which again is really harmful for the fish. But second group of bacteria that colonise the system is the will take the nitrite and turn it into nitrate, and that's kind of the main nutrient the plants will need to grow. And you can see we're getting some good growth there. I accidentally put the wrong tomato plants in the system. I was aiming for some kind of vine tomatoes, some creeping tomatoes, you know, the kind of that like fall out the side of hanging baskets and things, and I accidentally put in some really big ones that are going to grow huge, so I need to transplant them out. But the mint's going well there, the rocket's doing okay, and the basil's doing really well just in the back there as well. So the last thing just to mention in here is the way the system works with a flushing and draining system. Now, the bacteria that exist in this hydrogen, this grow bed, they need oxygen, and they need it to do their business, to do the job of converting it from one form to another. But obviously the plant roots, they need water. And so what the system does is it rises to a certain level, and then when it hits a certain level, just excuse me while I move the camera over a little bit, it will then drain out. And I think just in the depth there you can see the bit that makes that all possible. There we go. This is our bell siphon, and what happens is when the water gets to a certain level, it will all drain back out again, flooding out, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up again, and then down, and it goes back up again. And that creates the perfect environment for both the plants to grow and the fish, and the bacteria to grow, in the system. So there we go. That is a quick talk through of how our home aquaponics system works, and the full, in a little bit more detail, the full chemistry of it there. And you can just hear it now, that's it draining out. And another cool thing with the drain, because what you're looking for is to continually oxygenate the water as well. So as it's oxygenating the water, as it's breaking the surface of the water, the jet's kind of coming down. I'm not sure if I can show you that. You can just see the little air pockets just down there, and that's it. It's just drained through, and now it will start filling up again. And I think if we take a little bit off there, you'll be able to see it just filling slowly up. So it's starting to fill, and then as it hits a certain level, it'll just start dripping down. You can see that just there, breaking the surface of the water. There we go. You can see all that oxygen going in there as well, and see its water's there, it's just coming down, and it'll break out in a second. So that was a lot of fun for me to put together. I hope you found it useful, just talking through how aquaponics works and that real kind of cyclical nature of it, which I really like. If you have enjoyed the content and would like to see some more, then please do hit that subscribe button in the bottom corner. That's all from me. Have a lovely, lovely day.